Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about GIS Enumerator mobile application for enumerators. Before moving forward, let's try to understand the role of enumerators. Enumerators are actually the ones who work at village level and register individuals and households on GIS application. They'll be able to update the applied and availed statuses of individuals and households as well by using GIS Enumerator mobile application. Now let's take a look at how to use the mobile application after downloading it from Play Store. As you can see, this is the GIS Enumerator mobile app that I have downloaded from Play Store. Upon opening this application, the system will ask us to log into the application by entering user ID and password. So I'm going to enter my user ID, Enumerator user ID. And password. Upon clicking the login button, the user will land on the settings page. This page contains all the regions that the enumerator was assigned to in order to perform data entry for. As you can see, the state, district and tehsil are auto-populated and are not editable by the user. Upon scrolling down, we'll be able to see the villages that I was assigned to by the sub-administrator. Here, the maximum number of villages on which I can work at a time is 3. So I'm going to select 3 villages and click on Save button. Upon clicking the Save button, the application will ask us to select a default village. After selecting and submitting the default village, all the data related to the villages that I have just selected will be downloaded to the mobile application. It's very important to have internet connection for this process where we are logging in and saving the villages, since the historical data of the villages is being downloaded. It will take a couple of minutes for the data to get downloaded over here. After the download is completed and upon clicking on Continue button, the user will land on the dashboard with different sections such as Data Entry section, Schemes Eligibility section, Entitlement Tracking section, and Entitlement Grievance sections. Once we land on the dashboard, having an internet connection is not mandatory in order to perform the data entry. In this chapter, we shall cover the data entry section of the GIS mobile application. The first option that we have under data entry section is SCCC data. Upon clicking the SCCC data, all the census records or all the census information that is coming from the government will be displayed over here. As you can see, all the not verified data will be displayed under the not verified section and all the verified data will be displayed under verified section. Also, on this page, the user will be able to search for a record by entering text in the search text box over here. Apart from that, user is able to search for the records by name, father's name, mother's name, gender, and TIN number. Another option that we have on this page is the sorting option. The enumerator can sort the records by name ascending, name descending, father's name ascending, father's name descending, mother's name ascending, mother's name descending, gender ascending, and gender descending. So that was about SCCC records. Currently, we don't have any SCCC records receiving from the government and hence no record found message is displayed on the screen. Now let's go back to the dashboard. The second option that we have under data entry section is the entitlement card data. Upon clicking on entitlement card data, the user will be able to see 3 options: individual, household, dead individuals records. Upon clicking on individual, all the individual records who have already been registered on GIS application will be displayed over here. Currently, in this village, there are no individuals who have been recorded or registered on GIS application and hence no record found message is getting displayed on the screen. Similarly, the user will be able to search for the records by entering text in the search text box and also by selecting all EC number, temp EC number, HH number, which is nothing but household number, name, father's name and mother's name in order to search for the record. Similarly, there is a sorting option on this page as well, and the user will be able to sort the records with these multiple options. When we go back, the second option that we have under the entitlement records is the household. When we click on household, all the household records which have been registered or recorded on GIS application already will be displayed over here. Since there are no existing households registered on GIS application for this particular village, no record found message is getting displayed on the screen. Similarly, the user will be able to search the records by entering text or by choosing one of the options from this drop-down menu. Either all or household number or temporary household number or TIN number. Again, upon clicking on three dots to the top right corner of the screen, the user will be able to sort the records by different options. Now let's go back to the entitlement records page. The third option that we have over here is the dead individuals records. Upon clicking on dead individuals records, all the deaths of the individuals that have already been registered on GIS application will be displayed over here. Since no individual's death has been registered on GIS application yet, no record found message is getting displayed on the screen. And similarly, the user will be able to search for the records by entering text in the search text box or by selecting an option from the drop-down menu, either all, EC number, temporary EC number, household number, name, father's name or mother's name. And to the top right corner of the screen, we have the sorting option, where the user will be able to sort the records by using different options. Another important feature that we have over here is this plus symbol. So upon clicking on this plus symbol, the enumerator or the user will be able to register an individual's death on GIS application. For example, I'm going to click on this plus symbol. As you can see, the system is asking for the entitlement card number of the individual whose death I'm going to register on GIS application. And after submitting the entitlement card number, the system will navigate me to the death registration form in order to fill and register the individual's death on GIS application. And once the individual's death has been registered on GIS application, that particular record will be displayed for us over here in Dead Individuals Records page. So that was about Dead Individuals Records under Data Entry section. The third option that we have, and the most important option, is the Add New Record button. Upon clicking on Add New Record button, the user will be able to register new households and new individuals on GIS application. As you can see, the user will be able to enter basic information, ID cards, social security, skill development, sanitation, health and nutrition, and other information of the individuals and households in order to register them on GIS application. The next option that we have under data entry section is the split household. Upon clicking on split household, the user will be able to split the already existing household by submitting their household number. In the next chapter, we will take a look at schemes eligibility, entitlement tracking, and entitlement grievances sections. Thank you. Chapter 2. In this chapter, we are going to learn about schemes eligibility section, entitlement tracking, and entitlement grievances sections of GIS Enumerator mobile application. So right now, I'm logged in as an enumerator. The next option that we have after the data entry section is the schemes eligibility section. Upon selecting schemes eligibility, as you can see, this section has two options. 1. Scheme search for individual, and 2. Scheme search for household. Upon selecting scheme search for individual, on this page, we'll be able to search for all the schemes eligible by the individual by submitting their EC number or the entitlement card number. Or we can also perform scheme category wise search on this page by providing basic information of the individual under each scheme category. As you can see, these are all the scheme categories that are available on GIS mobile application. Now when we go back, the second option that we have over here are the scheme search for household. On this page, we'll be able to search for eligible schemes for this particular household by providing their household number. Or we can also perform scheme category wise search for the households who are not registered on GIS application yet. As you can see, these are all the different scheme categories that are available on GIS mobile application. The next section that we have on the dashboard is the entitlement tracking section. As you can see, we have two options under entitlement tracking. One, individuals, and two, households. Upon clicking individuals, we'll be able to search for eligible schemes for the individual who is already registered on GIS application by submitting their entitlement card number. Additionally, we'll also be able to apply and avail for the schemes that this particular individual is eligible for. The second option is the households. This page allows us to search for eligible schemes on GIS mobile application for the household who is already registered on GIS app. Additionally, we'll also be able to apply and avail for the eligible schemes that this particular household is eligible for. The last section on the dashboard is the entitlement grievances section. As you can see, again we have two options under entitlement grievances. One, individuals, and two, households. Upon clicking on the first option, which is individuals, all the grievances list will be displayed over here for us. As you can see, the grievances are segregated into two sections. One is not resolved and one is resolved. All the grievances that are not resolved will be displayed under not resolved section. And all the grievances which are resolved will be displayed under resolved section. We have other options on the screen. For example, we can search for a record, we can search for a grievance by entering text in the search text box over here. Also, we'll be able to search for records by either choosing complaint ID, entitlement card number, entitlement card name, or scheme name. The three dots that we have over here to the top right corner of the screen helps the user in sorting the records by complaint ID ascending, by complaint ID descending, and by using other multiple options. The most important option that we have on this page is the plus symbol, which allows us to register a new grievance on GIS mobile application. For example, if I am clicking on this plus symbol, the system will navigate me to the page where the system will ask me to enter the entitlement card number of the individual who would like to register a grievance. Upon submitting the entitlement card number of this particular individual, the system will navigate us to the register grievance form where the user will be able to enter all the details and submit the details in order to register grievance on GIS mobile application. And all the recorded or registered grievances will be displayed for us over here. Since there are no grievances currently registered on GIS application, no record found message is getting displayed on the screen. Now let's go back. The second option that we have under entitlement grievances is the households. This is same as the entitlement grievances for individuals. All the grievances list will be displayed on the screen for us, and they are segregated into not resolved section and resolved section. All the grievances that are not resolved will be displayed under not resolved section, and all the grievances that have been resolved will be displayed under resolved section. Also, the user will be able to search for a particular record by entering text in the search text box over here. Another option is that the user will be able to search for records either by selecting complaint ID, household number, or scheme name. The three dots that we see to the top right corner of the screen helps the user in order to sort the records by various options. And upon clicking the plus symbol that we have over here, the enumerators will be able to submit the household number and register a grievance for that particular household number. Upon registering the grievance, the household grievance will be displayed on the screen over here for us. So that was all about schemes eligibility, entitlement tracking and entitlement grievances on mobile application. In the next chapter, we are going to take a look at the settings page and all the options that we have on the settings page. Thank you. Hello everyone. Welcome to chapter 3 of GIS mobile application. In this chapter, we are going to learn about the settings page that is available on GIS mobile application. So what you're looking at right now is the dashboard on GIS mobile application where the enumerator enters all the information related to individuals and households. As we discussed before, internet connection is not mandatory while performing data entry. However, once we complete the data entry task, it's very important for us to go to the settings page and synchronize the data that we entered by clicking on synchronization button that is available on this page. Also, we would need internet connection in order to use the options that are available on the settings page. Once we sync the data gets uploaded to the system and the sub-administrators will be able to track all the data or the information that we entered on mobile application. The next option that we have on settings page is the change language option. User will be able to change the language of the application as per their convenience by using this option. Let's take a look at all the languages that are available on GIS Enumerator mobile application. As you can see, GIS mobile app has Hindi, Odia, English, Kannada, Marathi, Telugu, Gujarati and Assamese as languages, and user will be able to select a language as per their convenience. Next we have is the change region option. In the previous chapter, after choosing 3 villages and selecting Fatehpur as the default village, we saw all the data entry sections that the enumerator would use while entering data in Fatehpur village. Now, if the user has completed all the data entry in one village and has synced the data and would now want to move on to the next village, the user can do so by selecting the change region option. As you can see, we can switch to the second village as Junori or Paplo on this page. Also, if the user has finished performing data entry for all the 3 villages visible over here, the user can move on to the 4th village by clicking on Download Data for some other villages button that is available on this page. For example, I'm clicking on this button. This option will take me back to the settings page that we saw after logging into the application. Here, since I'm done performing data entry for Fatehpur, Junori and Paplo, I'll unselect these 3 villages and select the remaining 2 villages that were assigned to me. And after scrolling down, I'll have the ability to save these 2 villages. I'm selecting Culture as my default village, and upon clicking continue, all the data related to this particular village will be downloaded on my mobile for me. Again, in order to change the region, it is mandatory to have internet connection on your mobile phone. The download of data will take a couple of minutes. Upon clicking on Continue button, we will be able to see that Culture Village has been updated for us. Now we can perform data entry for Culture Village. Let's go back to the settings page. After the change region option, we have logout button, which enables the user to log out of the application upon clicking on it. Are you sure you want to log out? Yes. This is a confirmation message that gets displayed on the screen when the user clicks on logout button. Upon clicking yes, the user will be able to successfully log out of the application. So that was all about the functionalities and features on GIS mobile application that are available for enumerators. Thank you.